So you wanna be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride. Yeah.
Everything here is pimp, except my ride. Ride.
What's good, everybody? I can't lie, I didn't know what to make my next video on, and I saw this on my shelf and thought, shit, this probably sucks. But I used to love Pimp My Ride the show.
Please, MTV, Pimp My Ride!
Running from 2004 to 2007 and reruns all throughout childhood on MTV2. It was something I could turn my brain off to. Throw some 22s on that hunk of shit, some PlayStations in the trunk, screens on the seat headrests, waterbed back seat. I mean, this shit was crazy. Every episode was a banger. It didn't matter if the transmission was shot or if it had oil leaks. They'll put a fake hospital bed in that wagon. It inspired all kinds of shows like the white middle-aged versions, Modify My Motorcycle. But it really captivated the imagination of everybody who was kind of cool. It was really inventive. They put a pool table in the back of a pickup truck. Some lady got a snow cone machine in her trunk, custom fitted.
Your snow cones anytime you want them.
Can I make one?
Of course you can.
Who cares if they had stage stories and were in staged houses? I came to see a ride get pimped. So let's see if the PS2 game version can hold a candle to the iconic show hosted by Exhibit. Important to this show. Good vibe. Let's dive in. How is this even a video game? I'm surprised they haven't rebooted this show how they reboot everything else. The game also has versions on the Wii, 360, and PSP, but today we're on the PlayStation 2. I read a lot of negative reviews about this game, even a few YouTube videos, but hopefully they just didn't see the vision. I mean, damn, it even has the link to Exhibit's MySpace page on the back to listen to music. The developers, Eutechnics, are from the UK, and they put out a good load of shit, like iconically trash Road to Hell Retribution. But I mean, they made a bunch of car and NASCAR games, so at least they have experience with the automobile genre. The game starts up with the intro, starring Exhibit, where he leads us to Pimp City, and basically describes our new life.
What's the people of Pimp City's rides in the shape?
We get to borrow his car for now, and we gotta go around the city pimping all these lame jalopies. We start off with Andrea's drop top, and before we get to pimp anything out, we have to do like real life and make some money. Tough. The ways you can make money in Pimp City include wrecking your completely indestructible car into other cars, even though you're trying to pimp the whole city, so it's kind of counterproductive to your vision, but video game, fuck it, car go blow. Lego Star Wars, coins come out. Another way is cruising by fascinated onlookers and pressing these buttons all fast. Holla. Holla at your fucking boy Boompa. Finding the pimp scattered around the city also gets you some money too, and I swear that's not a Tony Hawk joke. And there's also other collectibles and BS around Pimp City. Like, where are all the pimps? Where's like the cool lights? Like, where's like the Corvettes and stuff? Where the fuck is Mad Mike and the crew though? Also, bruh, at first, why does Pimp City look like a generic business city? I thought it would have like casinos and sluts, but it's rated T, so I guess they kept it tame. But at first it was very too boring. It improves to look more like a generic LA, so it's not like totally trash, but yeah. The main way you make money isn't races, it isn't crime. It's these really terrible QuickTime event dancing mini games. And they're not a blast, I can't lie. This is why the game got bombed in reviews, because this is like the main component of the game. But I'm here to say it's okay. I still like to drive around the city. I really want to see what the act of pimping a ride entails. But unfortunately, it's kind of a slog to get to that point. Like maybe one of these, and then like a few races would have made so much more sense. But once we get enough money, the clock starts ticking. We have to pick up the car, meet the contestant, has a cutscene in the show's style, and then we have 2 minutes to go around town spending our money. And then like in the intro, each character has certain interests. Like this lady was a DJ and we put in a live recording setup in her car, and for this fashion student / model, we gave her an automated catwalk out of the bed of her truck with lights and stuff. The options at the custom store were pretty funny and creative. Definitely felt like a mini episode, and this was the interesting part of the game that kind of made it worth playing to me. It's not like the possibilities are endless, but it will get our creative juices flowing. Like, look at this fucking extendo barbecue pit. Cool paint jobs, even hidden suppliers around town that you have to cruise past to get access to and honk. And they get you different modifications for your car. There'll also be random pop-up stores too that will have cool rear interiors and stuff. But But yeah, you have to go around and go into all these shops in 2 minutes, and each time you go to a shop you get a little bit more time. It's really arcadey. It's a fun system, and you kind of have to strategize. There's body shops, tire shops, ice shops, the custom parts shops, but they all look the exact same. I wish they had a bit more care into every aspect of this game outside of pimping. And even then, we could have got a little pimpier. Oh my gosh, it feels like your wheels are on top of snow in this game though, for real. On top of snow, on top of butter, on top of ice. Like, Jace, the sunlight is nice until you realize the arrow that leads you everywhere in this game gets obstructed by the lens flare. I usually don't complain too much and just have fun with whatever I'm playing, but yeah, this one has me tired out. The game makes you work to have one drop of fun. A considerable amount of lag and slowdown, especially in mini games and on the highway. Damn, I'm jealous of you 360 Pimp My Ride players getting that definitive HD experience. I also just hate the second area you unlock of Pimp City. Like, City Planner can fuck off. Dude was like on SimCity and fried or something. But Exhibit had some pretty deep bars on the radio because I think he curated the playlist, which is mostly his songs. And the reason you haven't heard me say I'm pimping out an old Mustang or an Impala or a Chevy S10 or a Ford is because all these cars have fake names. Another L, not a huge deal, but I mean with such an emphasis on cars, it's pretty cheap. But I mean, I get it, what they're working with. This chick putting a Forge in her trunk sounds insane though. How are you driving around with magma or whatever the fuck is in there? I started mowing rides down, getting these people their dream vehicles, pimping them to oblivion. I mean, geesh. And before I knew it, they were showing me new parts of town that didn't suck though. Like, we were unlocking new areas every couple riders. We got out of the darkness. Pimp City, baby. A little bit of personality at least. But yeah, I really liked the car, the Comet. It really felt like a Pimp My Ride ride, like the purpliness, and yeah. Whether it be trying to be hard or the awkward silence during reveals.
Check this out. But check this out instead.
Or Exhibit giving me a chuckle. I at least smiled a lot throughout this fried ass experience. I thought this dude was such a flexer with the ATM in his trunk. Are you for real? But I couldn't help hold my excitement one time I was driving so fast I flew out of the game's atmosphere. No characters really stood out. All pretty generic, besides Chadborn because his name was Chadborn. And this dude's name was Nah, but they all just pretty much acted the same, like, oh my gosh. I think the soundtrack was an unexpected bright spot. Definitely a good time capsule. Wish they used the music in the minigame though, instead of like the same basic ass like loop for the minigame, like the stupid ass beat. The pickup trucks look ugly to me also. Just had to get that off my chest. I'm just venting here. But I wish I could just park them in like a garage or something and like see them and then like flex the custom parts, because they don't realize I have a printing device in the passenger seat or DJ turntables in the trunk. But when I was at the custom parts shop, I also could not get over how quaint and beautiful these trunk gardens looked. Like, they kidnapped Peach's garden and threw it in the trunk and then just opened that shit. I was like, oh my, wow, that's beautiful. Butterflies are flying out and shit. Imagine you're just parked and this dude pulls out his Extendo all-in-one gym. What do you do? What do you do if he parks outside Planet Fitness and charges less? Although I haven't been mentioning, the shitty QuickTime minigames get harder throughout the game and also have slowdown lag. They aren't too difficult really, until the Ghost Rider one starts involving swinging the left stick around. It's kind of jank, or else I'm just trash. Can only imagine the Wii version with these. I actually struggled with pimping Ayana's ride and had me stuck for like 4 or 5 attempts, confused how to get to each store, and when I figured out the proper route, it almost felt rewarding, like I was actually enjoying this game or something. My curiosity led me through this game though, and honestly just recording it for a video. Just surprising how many different personalities with certain interests they packed in. Exhibit carries the experience with smart ass comments. After every couple cars you pimp, you unlock some more to do, and each car gets more and more expensive until you get to the last one, the final boss. We got this like nerd dude who likes like Dungeons and Dragons and role playing set up in like the backseat with the die. So Exhibit entrusts us with his ride on a deeper level. This time we get to pimp his ride. The ride to pimp them all. And you already know I had to hook the man up with the trunk jacuzzi. I feel like I could have went harder, but here you go, man. Here you go. By the time I got to the last car, I was ready for this game to be over for sure. But ending off with him was a bonus. You even got a real thank you, an open cutscene, and he basically said,
You did it, man. You pimped the city. But it's not over. It's a big world out there, and there's work to be done. The world isn't gonna pimp itself.
the game's over, but there's a whole world out there. Inspiring. He's probably surprised I actually made it this far. Me too. Me too, Exhibit. Me too. But I can't lie to you and say I didn't enjoy the game. I looked over a shitload of shortcomings like the controls, the act of raising money, glitches, slowdown. Basically every problem a game could have, this one did. The early 2000s energy of the game and just being completely unsure but curious of what to expect or what I'll see next had the same addictive quality as the show. This in Cribs was always just like a look into the imagination of rich people that can do whatever they want. And I mean, putting that as best they could into a video game is still pretty good, even though the game is pretty ass. But if you and your friends love the show or grew up on this or knew a dude like Mad Mike, and you just want to throw it back, I'll probably just say watch the show. Maybe the other game is good though, I don't know. But yeah, it was fun in the moment, but you Technics, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I found a lot of good qualities in this game and I did see the effort. I just wish it gave more of a heartbeat to Pimp City. That's pretty much all we have time for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like the video, subscribe, and come back later to play some more stupid shit.